Good morning. We are going to, let's see. Might still be good. It's starting to separate a little bit, but it might still be okay. Joe, Nick, good morning. How are you guys? Ken's here? Oh, I think I see Ken. I'm laughing over this stupid Super Bowl show. Retracted, Nick. There we go. Sorry, that my bad. Auto click. Boom, gone. How much hand painting in the cockpit is left? We've got. I'm doing dry brushing now, Nick, just to kind of make some of the some of the stuff pop. Again, so little of this is going to be seen, but the I kind of like doing the dry brushing, getting some of the little bits and bobs that are in there kind of pop on the edges. So then we've got weathering to do in there. I'll do some chipping today and then apply oils. So with luck, we'll be able to kind of start to close this thing up in a very short order. Some of that edge highlighting also. It's good because what it does is it also gives it starts doing some of that early kind of chipping. Anyway. Well, that's while the hunt continues. Oh no! Are you serious, Joe? Oh, that sucks, dude. Oh. Did you think you lost it somewhere in the house? No, that blows. Anyway, how's the rest of your Sundays, guys? Except for poor Joe losing his wallet. In the house or the homes I went to, not so many spots, but on the property. Oh, that's good at least, as long as you can find it. Hey, Tom, good morning. Okay, we're now going to swing over to the other side. It was good. Well, I'm happy to hear that. I'm glad that it was good. It's better than it being bad. It had absolutely nothing nice. What talk about when you place a pier in the wrong place? Nice quiet day with no kids. Nice. I'm glad any lost. Okay. I'm glad you're happy about that. Too much paint on there. We are almost done here with the dry brushing on the inside of the cockpit. So I get this one edge done. There we go. All right. Set that down for a second. From what I'm even from here, what I'm seeing, I like. Hey, Peter. Good morning. Seattle either only did because like New England had a former Jet SQB. John's doing an anti-ice protest at school tomorrow and organized walkout with teachers. Awesome. Awesome, Joe. Happy to hear that. Oh, you wise and enlightened brethren across the ocean. You're being awfully generous to us. Enlightened? Wise? Are we showing our wisdom and our enlightenment? Do you all enjoy the over-commercialized CTE competition? Yeah. I started watching it at the beginning, and my daughter was like, "Can we watch Babylon 5 instead?" Which we did. Came back, watched the halftime show, which the halftime show was really good. That whole staging performance, it's the was absolutely fabulous. Musically, again, I'm not sure I necessarily he's my cup of tea, but I enjoyed the music. I certainly enjoyed the more Cuban sound that was being presented. That was great. Um, and yeah, and then we started watching a little of it. I got to back. We watched another episode of Babylon 5. Got back to the fourth quarter, and it was like, yeah, I'm done. It's like this game sucks. I'm done. I couldn't care less who won or lost or anything like that. Again, it's football. Who the fuck cares? I mean, without a doubt. I mean, Seattle played a, a damn good game from what I watched. Okay. Getting that is going to be tough. Let's see. Let's get cleaning this here. We're all the men in the tiny box that are fighting. The ladies when Tom Brady played, we could stick around because there was always a chance of every night. Not in this game, not with this QB. I don't know the quarterback. Don't really care. Like I said, just was what it was. And like I said, the halftime show was good. I enjoyed that. Green Day at the beginning, that was fun. Yeah, I went through some touch-up painting. I thought I got all of the. I got all this the paint off, but I guess not. Let's take a look here. See what I got for brushes. Try that. This thing is pretty massive. I hope it's not going to be too bad. I'm trying to get the edge of the tape highlighted. Really hard time with getting the right mixture of paint on it. A5 is always a win. Yep. So your post Ray. Hey Ken, good morning. What's going on, brother? I don't think I have enough edge to catch on this. I don't know. Repeat. Okay. Let us clean this brush quickly. We're going to do a thorough cleaning afterward, but that gets me started. Let's mix up some more of these paints. That's the greeny paint. I don't know what the fuck that was. It is only his second year. Well, then maybe he'll do better next year. Who knows? Hey, Kevin, good morning. Time will certainly tell, right? Time will certainly tell. All right. Now, let's do one final check. I don't need to do anything up top here. I think. Yeah, I guess I could. I could hit some of that with a little bit. I already got that. I think we're good. Let's see what's going on here. Later, Space Nuts. Have a great day. Keep stick on ice. Absolutely, Joe. Good luck trying to find your wallet, brother. Let us know when you do. Newsom has been getting braver. It's hiding much less and making more appearance. Nice. Did you name him Alex? Yeah, right. So now we'll do chipping. A little bit of chipping. And we're going to do typical two-stage chipping in here. So drove back last night from Maine. I left one-ish or so. And most of the drive home, I was actually on the phone with my younger daughter who was driving back from Bryant University. She was visiting some friends. This is all stuff that will not be seen. Anyway, so she was driving back last night from Bryant University, visiting some friends. Had a great conversation with her. Just such a just it was a fun conversation all around. And the unfortunate thing was, she's like, I hope I don't get sick. There's been like all sorts of like norovirus and shit going around at QU. And she's my wife texted me, or is it my daughter? My older daughter told me when I got home. She says, I think she's in bed. She's like, she's spiking a fever. I'm like, oh fuck. So it looks like she couldn't escape it. Snap elections. The LDP party of the female prime minister had a huge win, getting 316, making them veto safe and able to amend the Constitution. The opposition lost 70% of their seats. Voters letting politicians know what they think. Sorry, they are Japan. So my understanding of the LDP is they've been around forever and a fucking day. And they're a lot more conservative than some of the other parties. Am I correct in assuming that this is not a good thing? What will they would change? Yeah. Keeping themselves permanently in power. Yeah, something tells me this isn't a good thing. I'm blowing scale here, but that's okay. Okay. It's a little bit there too, just to break up the surface. Is the LDP the right-wing nationalist party? Yes. They're the one. Their party was founded post World War II. They're the oldest party, if memory serves. Okay. All right. I believe we are done with only one last thing to do, and this is something I just looked at for a while. I'm like, I don't like it, so I'm going to change it. If I can find paint to do that with. I need to find a place that actually sells. I gotta get some water-based acrylics to do this kind of work. By hand. Normally I wouldn't do this by hand, but this is only going to be used for hand brushing, so it should be fine. Is a conservative and nationalist party that has been in power almost continuously since 1955, only missing 2-3 year period. Yeah. Peter, why did they go that way, do you think? It seems to be an interesting change in direction given. I mean, they're also the party that that has been preaching, a lot of, if I'm correct, there's some anti-Chinese, anti-Korean rhetoric, trying to remember that World War II was not as bad as they made it all out to be, as the rest of the world made it out to be. They've also been getting a little bit more violent. This is something I heard from somebody who is living there. It's kind of I'm not sure if he's a diplomat or if he's attached to a diplomatic agency. Just destabilize with this rhetoric. Japan is a conservative and nationalist country. They never change unless being forced to, and nationalism is in their nature, historically being an isolationist island nation. Yeah. Interesting. Closed-minded thinking that gets you nowhere. But so be it. All right, let's get the old ISO. Clean off this this Coke spoon. Put that there. Let's get another brush. That should be. With their drastic shrinking of their population. So your population is shrinking, so you're going to become more nationalistic. Yeah. My opinion, a little counterintuitive, but what do I know? All right. The ends of these schnozzles that are currently white or sky gray are going to be painted silver. And yes, I'm hand brushing a lacquer. There we go. Okay, a little more metallic, and that is done. To not be that nationalistic. The nationalism is more on the racial lines, if I'm correct. Hey, Tony, good morning. Conservative and nationalist does not translate to the American stereotype of being abortion hating and oh, I understand that. Nationalism for Japanese is mostly pride and heritage in the bloodline of the emperor. It is not hating other foreigners unless foreigners make it so. Interesting. But being Peter, but again, correct me if I'm wrong, Peter, but sort of taking that approach that, you know, the emperor and everything like that, it's all fine. But when you start pushing the bounds, like again, I've heard reporting of this where that nationalism starts bleeding into believing that you did nothing wrong during World War II becomes problematic. And I believe there's been some of that of kind of like you can start to do a little bit more revisionist history. What's going on, Tony? How was your weekend? All right. These brushes will all get washed. No, we're going to do one more thing. We got a little bit of time. Doesn't matter. They have a lot of hating on foreigners, but not as they are the superior race. They just pride Japanese blood. Either way, pride to the point where it becomes potentially destructive. Give me a second here. If they were crawling in, opens up this way, where would they get? Yeah, like a helmet might be bumping right into here, for example. Just doing some light chipping. I'm sure if any of that's going to show because this paint isn't really, it's going to start to dry out quite a bit. Just wanted to exhaust as much of this paint as possible. There we go. Just a little bit of light chipping. Okay. What time is it? Oh, got plenty of time. So we are done with the chipping, the internal painting, interior painting. Excuse me. I've got some chips in there. I'm gonna do one last one with a little bit of green to it. Hi. Well, every nation has morons like that. That is not the messaging from LDP. That is not saying Japanese are all. I don't believe I actually said that, Peter. Are taught in school what Japan did historically, same as Germans are. Sorry, I stepped away for a minute. To clean up dog poo. Oh, I hate when that happens. I had to find a copy of Rujine's making the Mrs. Watch the Classics. Nice. I was hoping to watch some of those too. Okay. Just going to do a bit. I think I got too much paint. Yeah, still too much paint. There. Okay. Yeah, I'm digging it. All right. Great. All right. With that, hand brush painting is done. Just got to go in and hit it with oils and panel lining, and I'll do that tomorrow. Watched Paprika last night. Ooh, never watched Paprika. It is on my list, Ray. I'm gonna catch the Puppy Bowl. I had money on the Black Lab. Remember the condiment. I don't know how much Japan is taught with regards to history that occurred in World War II. I don't either. Again, I'm sort of an outsider hearing from resources that have been in country, and what I'm hearing. Again, I'm not going to disparage. I don't have enough history of it, but some of the stuff that I've been hearing, again, like all extremists, there's extremists in every place, guys, right? We like to think that it's only in this country or that country. No, there's extremism in every country, whether that's an excessive amount of pride or what have you. It happens. Paprika wasn't a Ghibli film, was it? Wife a Japanese and high school teacher. Also, my daughter is watching as breaststroke champion. Yay! Really? Breaststroke champion. Nice going, man. Did you guys celebrate last night? Very loudly, I hope. History to 20th century China. We'll do its complete opposite one top. Anyway, Peter, by the way, I'm not disparaging. I'm only telling you what I've read, and from what I consider to be viable sources. Again, if I'm wrong, if that source is wrong, great. I'd love to be educated on it. In fact, I might have to read into this a little bit more because I don't like being uneducated. I do not like it. So, all right, friends, real quickly. The interior is now done. This morning, we did some dry brushing. I'm sure none of it is going to be showing through. Just to get some of the edging kind of to pop a little bit. I did some chipping in there too. And I got the cylinder ends painted silver just again to make them stand out a little bit more. Tomorrow, we'll be working on oils. We're going to be doing some oil painting in there, changing some of the tonality of it, but also to do pin washes. Rika was Satoshi Kon right. So that's what we got, guys. That's it. Go home. And at some point this week, I'm hoping to hit the paint booth and get this guy all primed and get him painted. Painting on this guy will be separate from the rest of it. I haven't decided yet what colors. I've seen a couple of different navy painting patterns on it. The Tamiya figures that are available are a lot more generic. I have actually a box of Tamiya figures. I forgot I picked up at a show a while ago, so I might be using those as well. Or at least using the color pattern from that, and then just get this guy done, and he can go in at the very, very, very end. I can drop him in after the entirety of the cockpit is assembled and prior to. I could probably even do it after we get the. Probably even do it after the whole assembly and painting is done. Not sure yet. We'll see. I want to go see that movie. Good luck. Have fun. Don't die. It looks like a fun movie. Later, fellas. Good morning, Emma. How are you? Happy Monday to you. Hopefully, it's a good start to the week for you. All right, guys. Stay safe and stay sane. Thanks for being on this morning. I do appreciate it. Good conversation. Always good to broaden one's mind. Anyway, so painting is done. ready to move on to the next phase of this thing. Looking forward to closing it all up and getting the rest of this thing moving on. Can't do anything with Sam Rockwell. Sam Rockwell is pretty cool. Does some really good stuff. Anyway, Ken, congratulations to your daughter. I'm assuming it's Lauren, right? Congratulations to her, man. That's awesome. Guys, go out there and do good. Brighten the world as much as you possibly can. It's a crazy, dangerous, mixed up, screwed up world. Have a glorious day indeed. But it's up to us to go out there and try to brighten it as much as we possibly can. Show kindness, love, and respect. I'll be back on tomorrow morning. Same time, same channel. Unless I'm not. We'll see. I'll be back on tomorrow morning, guys. Take care. Do good. Catch you on the flip. Peace.